So I was perusing the interweb, as I often do, and I came across an interesting product. From, I assume it's pronounced smoked, I found a bundle of smoked cherries, a smoked cherry reduction, and smoked cherry syrup. Now, as much ice cream as we make and as much barbecuing we do, I thought, I can't go wrong. So I did some experimenting and found out, yes, I cannot go wrong. This stuff makes incredible ice cream. So today we're gonna make two different ice creams with this stuff. We're gonna make a white chocolate smoked cherry ice cream and a chocolate covered smoked cherry ice cream. Let's get it going. Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. First thing we'll do is get to working on our smoked chocolate covered cherry ice cream. All we're doing today for that is making the white chocolate ice cream base. This is our favorite ice cream base. The texture of it is just so incredibly silky and smooth, doesn't leave the fat coating on the top of your mouth. Perfect stuff. So to get that done, I need 2 tablespoons of whipped cream cheese. Oh dear friends, the recipes for what we're doing today is down below in the description section. There's a link there, take you right to our webpage. Also on that webpage, you'll find a ton of different Ninja CREAMi ice cream recipes, so give it a click. 2 tablespoons whipped cream cheese. We shall pop that into the microwave for 15 seconds. Now we'll whip it until that cream cheese is smooth, doesn't take long. Then the rest of the ingredients for our base. That is 2/3 of a cup of Ghirardelli's white chocolate cocoa powder, a cup of milk, and 3/4 cup heavy cream. Now we just whip that all together until well blended. You're making sure you don't see any of the lumps from the cream cheese or any of the dried cocoa powder. Now that goes into your Ninja CREAMi container and into the freezer until tomorrow when we finish that flavor up. When we come back, we will make the white chocolate smoked cherry ice cream. Now on to the white chocolate smoked cherry ice cream. We're pretty much going to get that thing made today, except for the freezing and the spinning, which we'll finish tomorrow. But again, into our bowl will go 2 tablespoons of whipped cream cheese, and that goes into the microwave for 15 seconds. Again, we whip it till it's smooth. Then we add our cocoa powder, our milk, our heavy cream, and 2 tablespoons of the smoked brand smoked cherry syrup. Now we'll whisk that all together, and then that goes into your Ninja CREAMi pint container. So I'm going to get this into the freezer to get set up, and then tomorrow we'll be back to finish these. See you then. Here we are the following morning, and it's time to get these ice creams finished up. First of all, we'll go with the white chocolate smoked cherry ice cream. This is going to be crazy simple. All I need to do is spin it and verify I'm happy with the consistency. Lid off, in the base, lock the lid in place, into the CREAMi lock and load. Power on, always a good step, and spin it on ice cream. Spinning is complete. Release button, lid off, and check the consistency. Delicious and creamy. I do not need a respin. If you feel crystals in there at all, or you're not happy at all with the texture, you can always put it back in and hit respin. But that one's good. So I'm gonna get the lid on that and back in the freezer until we're ready for judgment. And on to the next one. If you have two different flavors that are dissimilar, then at this point you'd wanna wash your lid out and everything, get that rinse so you don't cross-contaminate your ice cream. But simply, this is a white chocolate base right now, and I'm gonna put cherries in it. So I'm not worried if any cherry flavor from that previous ice cream gets in here. All the better. So again, lid off in the base, lid on, and the CREAMi lock and load ice cream. I did notice that that spinning was a little more violent than normal, and that's because I didn't let the ice cream sit out for a full 10 minutes. So you want to make sure you remember to do that. Pull your ice cream out of the freezer, let it set for about 10 minutes before you spin, and your CREAMi will last longer. I was a little premature there. Okay, let's get this finished up. Release button. Lid off. Check the consistency. That stuff is so dang good. Now, I'm not going to use the mix-in feature like I normally would because I don't want my cherries cut into small bunches, and I got something special to do for that chocolate coating for the chocolate-covered cherry ice cream. So I have a Rubbermaid container here. I'm going to dump my ice cream out in that. And then I'm going to add somewhere between 1/4 to 1/8 of a cup, or 1/8 to 1/4 of a cup, makes more sense, of some of these incredible smoked brand smoked cherries. You know what? I totally changed my mind. I'm going to put this back in the container, and we're going to mix those cherries using the mix-in feature, because they are pretty big. I don't know what I was thinking. Now we're going to pack those cherries in there. Back in the base. Hey, mistakes do happen here at the Galley of the Sun. Every once in a while, I lose my freaking mind. Lid on. Back in the CREAMi. Lock and load. Mix in. Release button. Look at that. Now I'm sure I'm going to take the ice cream and put it into a Rubbermaid container. Now we will add a generous amount of chocolate fudge magic shell to this and let that set up. That's going to simulate that coating on a chocolate covered cherry. All right, I'm going to give that about 3 minutes to set up. It's been about 3 minutes. Going to check the consistency of my magic shell. It is shelled. So now I'm going to break this up and then put it back in the container. It's broke up. Give it a good stir here. Get that chocolate all the way distributed through my ice cream and back in the container. You could leave it in this Rubbermaid container if you want. It just fits better in my freezer in these containers. Plus, as I'm eating it, it's easier for me to gauge how much I've gobbled down so I know when to stop. All right, I'm gonna get that container cleaned off, get this back in the freezer, and we will see ya when it's time for the judgment. The ice cream is all set up. Now I bring in a judge, the cherry of the Oasis, the director. All right, which one you want to try first? We got the smoked white chocolate smoked cherry ice cream and the chocolate covered smoked cherry ice cream.
I'll do this one first.
Okay. Yeah, so we're looking for, does it scream chocolate covered cherry to you? Does it got the crunch of the casing of a chocolate covered cherry?
Mm-hmm.
And how distinct do you say the cherry flavor is? Is it subtle or is it pretty straightforward?
No, it's pretty straightforward. It's like eating a chocolate-covered cherry.
Okay, there we go. And then the white chocolate smoked cherry ice cream. This one I was looking for more of a subtle cherry flavor.
That one's good.
Okay, is it subtle?
It's subtle.
All right.
Still cherry.
So for a person that really doesn't like desserts and ice cream,
Yep.
we did well. Okay, hey, I hope you enjoyed what you saw today, and until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas.